You've almost made it to the end.
We're back. Yeah, well, we froze. So if you were watching our old live stream, this is a continuation of that one. We were in the middle of answering a question, so I'm gonna pull up the question again. We'll let people join. Did you?
I did. I wrote a
comment that we're back.
We'll start a new video.
Autism. Are people joining? I don't see anyone. Okay, wait. It says there's 2 people. So is that just you?
That may not be.
It's okay.
There's 3.
The comments aren't coming in. All right.
I guess we lost that comment.
All right.
You kind of answered it before.
Yeah, well, I answered the first part of it.
Yeah, it was sort of the discussion we were having.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of covered it just when we were talking.
Yeah, I think it was also similar to the question that I was
asking.
But yeah, it was
some of it,
like
part of it was.
Yeah.
The other part was about chromosomes, which I have to actually say, that's not actually as true as you would think it is. It's a little bit more complicated than that. After all, people can have more than just 2 chromosomes, and this actually, and not only that, but there's such thing as intersex people. And these people often wind up having unconsensual surgeries on themselves, usually when they're children, because, and that's a big issue, this isn't necessarily a sexuality, or I wouldn't necessarily call intersex people LGBT, because I don't think they want to be phoned in. A lot of the times they say they don't want to be phoned into this labels, but there's issues there, and yeah, essentially, there's more than just 2 ways of sex. So I do want to point that one out. That's the other part of the question that I wanted to address that I could remember. Yo.
Hi, Rachel.
Sorry about that. What else?
Well, I think this is a great topic, and I think we can go on.
Oh, Rachel had another question.
Oh, great.
You want to read it out loud?
Pretty good. I've seen individuals online go by pronouns that are not as commonly used as he, she, and they, like z, or like, etc. I know people have a right to identify by whatever pronoun they want, but for others who usually don't use those terms, it could get pretty confusing and intimidating when trying to refer to a non-binary individual. Do you have any thoughts on this or tips for avoiding confusion and hurt feelings? Talk to them.
The people who I met who use those pronouns normally don't get offended if you accidentally do not use them, because I know it's difficult to use them. They might remind you kindly of their pronouns, because I met a couple that use they. I haven't met anyone that used Z, and a lot of times they've even said I go by they or he, she, whatever you want to use. They seem to understand it's difficult. They're like, I really would like you to use they, but if you use he or she, it's fine. I'll respond. I've never met one that was really upset.
I've met people who do not want to be referred to by he or she pronouns. Yes. My advice for you is to get used to using they, but usually people with those different pronouns like Z and stuff like that, most people who I've met like that have usually said that they are okay with you using they, them pronouns if it's like really difficult for you to use that. My best advice for you is just communicating with these people at the very least.
Yeah, they're aware how difficult it is, so and they're used to those questions. So if you're like, let me know, just ask them, because everyone's different. So just go, let me know what's okay to say, what isn't. And normally they're okay with slip ups. They don't get too offended when you're first trying to get used to using it. And when you start, I feel like it's a lot easier because in practice you start doing it.
Yeah, it's really good to it's good to practice with that at least, because once you start, it gets easier.
Because I've known people who have changed their names. You've changed your name,
Sort
and
of.
yeah, but like, and at first, like there were a lot of slip ups, but now it's like now it's just really easy to say Charlie. Although sometimes when I talk about you in past tense, I have to use your old name because
fine.
you were. That's the name you
Charlotte.
used then.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a dead name, but because it's still my name.
Yeah. I have another friend. He changed his name, and in the past, when I say in past tense, I use his old name, and in present, I say Michael.
Yeah.
And it was really difficult at first, but then now that's his name.
Yeah.
And it's the same with pronouns. You just get used to using the new pronoun.
Yeah. Best thing to do is just practice and
try.
And be
don't
sincere. And be sincere.
be sincere. I know the person asking this. Don't be too concerned about hurting someone's feelings. Don't beat yourself up over it constantly.
The people I've met who have those different pronouns, a lot of times they get more upset when you overly apologize.
Yeah.
They'd rather you just go, I mean, she.
Yeah.
And just move on. Or even not say, I mean, she, and just use she next time.
Because it can feel to them, I think, self-serving at that point if you get too apologetic. So.
And they're used to it.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I think this was wonderful, and I think we can do more. I would love to continue this as a series. Really?
Sure, we could do a part 2.
I think there's so much to talk about, and so many, for parents trying to understand their young adults that are going through a lot of this. This is invaluable information for those that are in the LGBTQ community, to find a place that they can talk. I look forward to having more talks like this. Thank you, really.
All right.
So if you'd like more of this, let us know, and we'll continue this another week. So join us next week. Alex is joining us to talk about living with ADD. So we'll be talking about a lot of stuff and how that affects someone, and how it's similar and different from autism. So join us next week, Wednesday at 7, same time. Tomorrow we have a support group. Come join us at the office at 7 o'clock. We have go check out the website, OurTism.com. I have a bunch of writings up there. Charlie has some writings on there about living with autism. And we also have something called Life Map that you can join that will help those with Asperger profiles and those similar to that reach their life goals. So thanks for watching. We're really glad to get all these comments. We love to interact with you guys. Keep in touch. Let us know what you want us to talk about next, and who you want us to have as a guest, and what you enjoyed. Thank you. Stay colorful. Bye.